Kick returned by number 15, Kevin Alberti. First and 10, North. Tomaski's pass complete to Powell. Gain of 3. Chapman pass intercepted by Horn. First and 10, South. Austin on the carry. Touchdown, South. Will Gilmore. Tomaski on the carry, picks up. Tomaski's pass incomplete, broken up by Tomaski's pass complete to English. Pick up an 8, 3rd and 2.
First quarter, receivers all over, a lone running back from the shotgun. Tomaski back, looking on the right side, has time. The pass is in the air, goes up top, overthrows his intended receiver. Second and 10, no pickup, 12:28 to play first quarter. Tomask under pressure, pass over here on the open side of the field is complete, but actually probably for a loss of a couple of yards. Again, he's looking over there for Trevor Whitehead out of UW-Platteville. That would be University of Wisconsin-Platteville. Of 6, Lewis.
Wow.
Here's the snap. Damask wants to pass. Looks like the South is going to stay with it in the air, but it won't make any difference. He's dropped and thrown for a loss. First sack of the ball game for the South.
Outstanding interior pressure there. The pocket collapsed, and there were a number of red jerseys surrounding Damaski.
Real. He's from LaGrange College, and joining him back there is here's the punt. Fielded by Rowley at the 20. Has a little bit of room out on the left side and ridden out of bounds. And in fact, if they're going to call a North re-kick from his own 30, about the 36, here's a punt by Brunick. Pretty good punt. Satir Stevenson back, fields it at the 8th. In trouble, trying to get some room. Won't go anywhere. Stood up by quite a few members of the White. And the quarterback remains Mac Reber. Reber is going to give it to the first man out of the backfield. And at their 11-yard line, 10:44 to play first quarter. From the shotgun, Reber gives to Alston. Alston broke inside, comes outside, and a quick step got up across the 20 there, Lewis. Carl Simpson. Carl plays at Ithaca College in New York. A first down for the South, 1st and 10 at their 22. Alston's going to take it again. He's got room in the open field. Comes right. 30, 40, going to get to midfield. Not quite. Run out of bounds up at the 49-yard line. And Alston, obviously, he's going to do the bulk of the running. Andrew Tolosi on the tackle.
Yeah, Tolosi did a nice job of getting out to the sideline and cutting off Alston. But Alston, Gary, looks like he's a half step quicker than everybody else on this field right now. In a blink of an eye, he could have been downfield again. Well,
as we thought about a minute ago, Alston has to come out, and coming in the backfield is Cole Onell. He is listed as a quarterback. Onell to nothing. The South. South working at the North 46-yard line. Reber back. In some trouble, rolling to his right, going to keep it in the middle of the field, gets back at the line of scrimmage, and maybe a yard there, Lewis.
Heads-up play by Reber to avoid the sack. Looked like coverage was solid downfield, did not see an open receiver, and turned a bad situation into a positive yard or two.
David Turnez on the tackle. He plays at Grinnell College in Iowa. Really out there in the Midwest and some of these schools up north. From the shotgun on a 3rd and 2, they gave us to Onell. He'll pick up close to a first down in the winner. My wife is a University of Wisconsin graduate, in full disclosure. Too cold for my blood. Quarterback keeper, I think. Man, more like a busted play by Reber. He gets smacked down, and coming in to knock him down, Carl Simpson. Although, Lewis, 8. And they spread the offense all over with Damaski remaining as a quarterback, and he's going to take the snap and give to the fullback coming out of the backfield. And that's a pickup of 3 yards. 2 yards on the pickup from their own 46. Pass in the air, looking downfield. The receiver broke inside. The pass went outside. Lewis pickup. 3rd and 8. 7:53 to play first quarter from the shotgun. The snap to Damaski. Drops back. Quick pass on the right side. In and out of the hands of the intended.
This early game, although we still have plenty to play, favors the South.
Hunter Brunegg takes a high snap from his 30. He'll punt for the North off the side of his foot. It's going to take a favorable bounce and fielded on the bounce by the South. Coming back up to the 40-yard line was
the North, but he fielded it and got a couple extra yards.
South has it 1st and 10 at their 40. Quarterback keeper by Jimmy Simpson. Simpson up across the 45 to the 46. Check it. This is Nash Nance. I apologize. Simpson had gone in. He was at a wide receiver position. So a new quarterback for the South. Nash Nance out of Hampton, Sydney. Love the name, Nash Nance.
Absolutely. Not sure if it's better suited to be a quarterback or a country musician, and he just...
Thank you. That coming from Matt Burkhead of Prodigy Sports. Pass out on the right side. Complete. And this...
Last night, that was the theme in Europe, America, about 2 series for each.
Quick flare out on the right side. Complete, first down for the South. As Nash finds the aforementioned Stephen Alford out of East Texas Baptist University, and that is a first down for the South. It's 7-0. The South leading the North. This is the D3 football game, the South versus the North. South from the shotgun. It will be Nash. He has a receiver on his right side, but Nash wants to pass under some trouble, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield, Lewis. The 44-yard line. Nash takes a look at the plays on his wristbands, takes a snap under pressure, rolling to his right. Pass in the air, a wobbly pass, and the receiver at the last minute stands for State University of New York. Kind of a high snap. Amick bubbles it. Has plenty of time. No pressure, so he gets a punt off. And it's going to take a bounce and take a South bounce. And I think the North, did they pick it up? Did Class touch it?
I could have sworn he touched it, and I don't know why the South didn't run that one in for a touchdown.
I'm with you. Now, number one, did Class touch it or did it go through his hands? I think he touched it, and then the South picked it up, and literally, they were 3 yards from a touchdown? That was field receivers left and right. 3 on the open side of the field. The handoff to Alston goes left. Nope, it's a quarterback keeper. by Nash Nance. Second time to pick up on the play. Second and goal to go. They give to Alston. Hole on the right side. Spins around. Gets away from a tackle. Trying to angle in and is knocked out at the 2-yard line. Finally polished off down at the 2-yard line. Pardon me.
Something interesting to watch, Gary. Just about every run that Alston has made that's a successful run has been to his right. The one time
yard line for the South at the 2-yard line of the North. Again, they give to Alston, right side, trying to get the football across up their own 19. Austin Damaski remains a quarterback. The South showing blitz. They bring a couple. Damaski flushed out, rolling right, in trouble, turns around and is knocked down at the 19. He got back to the line of scrimmage. Rainy, kind of a cool afternoon. The rain should subside. Here's the handoff from Damaski to the first man out of the backfield. I think that's Patrick Jacobs out of Methodist College. For the North from their 22-yard line. Step back in the pocket, Damaski rolling right, pass up in the flat, hit the ground. Brunig to punt from his 5-yard line for the North. So the South is going to get the ball back in great field position. Maybe not. Here's a tremendous punt, and it backs the South all the way up to the 30-yard line where it is fielded. Anel is now in at quarterback, so the South has already rotated in their third quarterback. Austin takes a handoff. He's got a quick step up the middle, up across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Should be a 1st and 10 for the South. You know, you mentioned earlier Jocks Austin, the only running back listed on the South roster. So obviously he's gonna get the bulk of the carrying today.
And he's been the standout of big runs, and if it weren't for the goal line fumble, the South might be up 14-0.
1st and 10 for the South. Here's the snap. Austin again on the carry, 2 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for the University of Pacific. 1 receiver up on the top, 3 down at the bottom, a lone running back. That's Austin. The snap, Austin takes it, goes left, in trouble, comes back right, dropped in the backfield. Loss on the play. Listed as, or he is a wide receiver, but has come in to play quarterback. Here is the snap to the quarterback, Anel. I apologize, it is Anel. The give to Austin. Austin in the open field again, into North territory to the North 31-yard line. Now, we don't have numbers on what Austin has done, but unofficially, Lewis, I would have to think he's up around 80 yards already.
Has to be. Caught the football there in the flat. Showed really good speed over the middle of the field. He's made folks miss. And Gary, he was about a half a foot there away from.
He comes in. He'll work from his shotgun. He keeps the other quarterback, Anel, in the backfield and gives to Anel. Cole cradles a ball. Pardon me. It's a keeper to the right side by Reber. They're really fooling me today on these quarterback keepers. So you got what essentially is you've got 2 quarterbacks in the backfield for the South. Now coming in for the South is Griffin Roll.
Running back who can also throw the football. We'll see if that plays a role at any point in time.
2nd and 10. South has it at the North 38. Flushed out of the pocket. Rolling to his left is Reber. Looking upfield. Nobody's open. He slides out of bounds down at the 28-yard line. That'll pick. And he has double duty. A little high school basketball, I believe, coming up. Here's a low snap. Reber has it. Pass across the middle. Complete. Flag on the plate. Out of bounds. North 36-yard line on the left hash mark. Reber stays in at quarterback. He takes it back in the pocket. Has time. Looking in the end zone. The pass is in the air, and it is caught. A touchdown for the South. Back in the end zone, Stephen Alford. Now, Alford only goes 5'10", Lewis, but he looked like he jumped way up over the defender back there.
I thought the football was underthrown, but then it ended up right in the middle of the end zone because it had such a high arcing trajectory. It seemed it took that play a while to unfold.
Say 20 years ago, it's over in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Here's the plates, the kick. A little bit low. Did it get up? It did, and it is good. And they're enjoying it, to my knowledge, with their umbrellas. There's someone right below us with a Green Bay Packers umbrella. Here's a kick away. It's kind of a short kick. The North fields it at the 11 to the 20, the 25 to 30, trying to pick up who brought that ball back out. And that 2-yard line. Aaron Wilmer in for the North for the first time today. He's a quarterback. He'll keep it, get back to the line of scrimmage. A flag on the play. A pickup of maybe one. A 1st and 10 back. That doesn't sound right. Should be 1st and about 20, but they put 10 on the scoreboard. Wilmer drops back, passes in the middle, incomplete. Comes out of their hands today. Wilmer is wiping his hands, trying to keep them dry. He takes the snap back in the pocket, in some trouble. Goes right, goes left, and then falls down. That'll be a loss of 3 more yards for the North.
The South does an outstanding job of applying interior pressure there. The play ends up being made. I'm searching, Gary, number 31. Can't find that roster number.
Devin Long or the North has a lot of guts. It says 4th and 26. It should say 3rd and 26. Pass out on the flat, in and out of the hands of receiver, and I think the South gets it on the bobble. The receiver, Josh Powell, had it, lost it. The South does recover. And for the South, Brian Fuqua comes up with it. So the
sliding up and making the play. Fuqua.
Cole Ainell, the quarterback. Alston in the backfield. Receivers left and right. They give to Alston. Back to the line of scrimmage. Picks up a yard. Not much more than that. It will bring up a second. 3 receivers to the open side. One of those, Griffin roll. One up on top. Alston remains in the backfield. They give to Alston. Stutter steps left. Cuts back right. Picks up 8 yards. It'll be close.
Back like that, as we're now in the red zone, Gary, is he thick enough to get those short yardage situations?
Pass across the middle, incomplete as by Moses. Moses plays at the University of Pacific. Placement is down. Bad placement. Amick's going to have to keep it, try to make something of it. He'll have nothing to do but fall down, basically. And coming up for the North, definitely just a bad snap. Amick just could not get the ball down, so the North has it at their 22. Bad snap, speaking of, and Wilmer, the quarterback, able to at least pick it up. But he'll be dropped for a loss.
See that play developing from a mile away. That pressure was coming up on the outside. Linebacker sneaking in for a blitz and sneak in there and make that sack.
Loss of 7. High snap again to Wilmer. Screen pass up on the right side, complete to Phillip. So it's 14-0. The South leading the North. Snap to Wilmer. Time back in the pocket. Now he's flushed out, rolling to his left, brought down and tackled from behind.
Jack Porter from Monmouth College, 6'4", 240 pounds, showing some nice speed in a rushing situation.
Nice move by Jack Porter. That will bring up a punting situation for the North, the goal line. So the South, who's going to get the football. Great field position. Jimmy Simpson is back. The kick goes away from Simpson. Now Simpson runs over, but lets the ball get past him. It takes a great roll down at the 35-yard line. So the North gets a great. The right is Jimmy Simpson. Receivers left and right. Here's the snap. Ainell will take the handoff and pick up a yard. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Put him in a slot down at the bottom of the field. Receivers left and right. Back in the game, Jocks Austin at the running back position. Reber back in the pocket. Has time. Now in trouble. Has open field in front of him. 40, 45 slides down at the 46. They lead the North 14-0. 9:32 to play in the first half. Pass up on the right side, in and out of the hands of the aforementioned Jonathan Lill. 4th and 2 for the South on their 45, so they are going to punt. Here's a snap to Amick. He almost had it blocked, but he gets it away. Class lets it drop at the 20. It takes a South roll to the 10, all the way down to the 5-yard, and I believe if it had not been down there by John, have the football 1st and 10 at their 6-yard line. A long way to go. The handoff to Class. Class out of the backfield, gets across the line of scrimmage and gets out close to a 1st down. Check it. I believe that is that was not Class. Let me check, see who that was. That was Greg Canaparo out of SUNY Maritime. He takes another handoff trying to get a 1st down. And joining him in the backfield is Canaparo, who takes the handoff. Needs one. He's not going to get it, Lewis.
Blown up in the backfield. The South could see on 3rd.
Field position now. Wilmer from the shotgun. Again, the give is to Canaparo, or perhaps it's pronounced Canaparo, but we're not sure.
Anything going.
14-0. South leads the North, and North has the football. Wilmer, the quarterback, in trouble. Doesn't know that there's a man coming from behind, and he's 14-0. Receivers left and right. Canaparo stays in the backfield. Wilmer wants to pass. Has time. Throws it up top in the air. Intercepted by the South. Back at the 30-yard line. 2nd interception this afternoon for the South. Jeremy Murphy, I believe, is the man back there, Lewis.
I'm scanning through my roster right now as well, trying to figure out who made that play.
0. 7:25 to play. High snap to give to Austin. He juggled the football, recovered it, tucks it in, and picks up a quicker one.
He was all over it.
Here's a snap to Reber, back in the pocket, looking in the air, passes in the air, out of bounds. The intended, he has plastic over on the rainy afternoon. Oh, the rain seems to have subsided a bit. Back in the pocket, pass across the middle, incomplete. Looking for Keaton Trink for the North at his 32-yard line. So the North may get it back in fairly good field position. Nice punt, class. Did he call for the fair catch? No. Fields it, gets dropped immediately. Not sure he would like to do that again. Long later on. Here's a high snap to Wilmer. And he's going to keep it and give off to the first man out of the backfield. That's Darnell Thomas. Thomas out of Union College.
Thomas on the carry.
Thomas.
Sorry, go ahead, Lewis.
I was going to say Thomas showing a little bit more first-step quickness there than Canapero on previous series. We'll see if they dial up his number a few times.
High snap.
Series. We'll see if they dial up his number a few times.
High snap, and again, it's the give to Thomas. Action later on. Is that a tournament?
It is the Carolina Forest Panther Classic. Tonight the game will be West Mecklenburg at Carolina Forest. So the home.
3rd and 1 for the North at their 44-yard line. Flare pass complete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. He dropped it. I do not believe they'll call that a completion to Kevin Albuquerque. Is that how you would pronounce that name? Albuquerque?
I might go with Albuquerque, like a cross between Albuquerque and.
With your explanation. Albuquerque dropped it. Or did they say he kept it? Here's the give to Thomas. He's inside until halftime. The North trying to score. Here's a give again to Thomas. Gang tackled after a pickup of 3. It is the North. Let me apologize. Here's a snap to Wilmer. Wilmer at the 40 in trouble. Backs way up. He's going to be dropped back at the 45-yard line. And that's going to bring up a long 3rd down for the North.
Satir Stevenson from Guilford College sneaking into the backfield there, making the play, bringing down a very elusive quarterback.
4 minutes to play until halftime. High snap to Wilmer, but he has time. Looking over on the right side, completes a pass. They needed 16. They're going to get about 7. The pass is complete to Andrew.
Goal, or do you want to go for it on 4th down? Looks like the North's
they're going to go for it on 4th and 10. Wilmer throws it up in the air, fielded by Thomas. Thomas hit the ball loose, still on the ground. The South picks it up, so they're going to have it regardless. It would have not been enough for a 1st down coming up with the ball for the South.
A player not on roster there, number 40, Gary, but
right.
It was a hot potato out there. No one seemed to want to hang on to the football. It was bouncing around.
1 of 3 up on the open side of the field. Jocks Austin in the backfield. Now he comes out of the backfield. Here's the snap to Nash at their 28-yard line. High snap. Nash Nance has it. Looked out on the right side, was looking for play. Lewis calling for a trick play before this game is over. Here's a pass in the middle. Knocked down. Great defense back there. Going to get the football back with a lot of time and possibly a very favorable field condition or field position condition. I'm not sure about. Great punt by Amick. Backs Class up. Class lets it roll. He better not touch it. Now he lets it roll. Now he decides to jump on it. And fortunately, have it way back at their 8 with 2:45 to play. A 1st and 10. Quarterback remains Aaron Wilmer, and he gives off to Darnell Thomas. Thomas now doing in 7. Snap to Wilmer. 2-step drop. Pass over the middle. A little bit high and in and out on the right hash mark. Aaron Wilmer back in the pocket. Takes the snap. Looks way up top. Ball in the air. Looks like defensive holding to me. It should be, and it is. There's a flag on the play. 25-yard line. 2:17 to play. A high snap again to Wilmer. He wants to pass. Pass up on the left side. Almost intercepted by the.
Where he was thinking about his first step rather than securing the football.
2:14 to play in the first half. Wilmer looking way up in the top. A pass in the air. Good coverage. This time it's not. I know. Let me correct myself. Jacob Wilson is going to be called for defensive holding again. Now, in his defense this time, I thought he had pretty good coverage.
I thought the coverage was there. It's interesting that it's the same matchup with wide receiver Josh Powell. Football a little bit underthrown. Powell turning.
South leads the North. The North has the football. Aaron Wilmer from the shotgun. Two-step drop pass on the left side, complete. Actually completed it behind the line of scrimmage. A minute and a half to go, first half. And the handoff to Thomas. Thomas goes inside, nothing there, breaks it out to the right side, runs into a whole host of Wilmer. Well, I should say he comes back from the sideline. Here's the hand to Thomas. That's Greg Campanero. Hit at the line of scrimmage, taken down for another loss. I'm not sure the North is even going to get a chance here, Lewis.
Not much time left in the clock, 50 seconds, but the two scoring plays we've abilities in this game.
Hunter Brunig will punt for the North. He takes it at the 25, gets the punt away. It angles right and goes out of bounds up at the 40 side of the field. Austin stays in the backfield. Here's the snap to Onell. The give is to Jocks Austin. Burst out on the left side. He'll pick up about 5 yards south. He's going to get the football to begin the second half. Here is David Gonzalez to kick away for the North, and he's going to back the South way up at the goal line where it is fielded at the 4-yard line and brought out to the 20 up across the 21-yard line by Jocks Austin, the aforementioned man who did all the running in the first half there, Mr. Woodard.
He did. Very effective on the ground. A terrific one-on-one tackle in space there. Zach Walewski out of Wisconsin. Stevens
backing Lewis for the South in the first half. He works from the shotgun, gives to Austin. Austin another quick burst up the middle. Picks up about 3 yards. Will bring up the right. Here's a 2nd and 5 from the shotgun. Snap to Reber. Two-step drop under some pressure. Got to be dropped from behind. That'll be a loss of 2 yards.
That is on the defensive line, the North, our friend Mr. Tank, Trevor Tank out of Lakeland College, missed Reber on the first effort, got up and got him again on the second one.
Trevor Tank, what a name. Blitz shown by the North. North doesn't have much coverage deep. Let's see if Reber picks it up. Pass out on the right side, in and out of the hands of Alford. Now, it's going to punt for the North. He's at his 11-yard line. Good snap, good punt. Off the right foot, maybe a little, but it takes a nice bounce at the 40, 35, 34, about the 32-yard line. It's down there. And so for their first time, will be in that ball game. Who's going to start at quarterback in the second half? It's going to be Damaski. He takes a snap out around the left side, picks up 3, will bring up a 3rd and 7. Austin Damaski out of Concordia College in Wisconsin. He started, Lewis, the beginning of the ball game, and then Aaron Wilmer came on for the North.
Just a zone read keeper.
It's a 2nd and 4 pickup of 6. Here's the snap, and then the give is going to be to the first man out of the backfield. And let's see who that is. I believe that is going to be Darnell Thomas. Thomas picked up roughly 40 yards rushing in the first half, and he picks up a first down for the North up at the midfield area. In fact, they're going to mark it at the South, 4th and 10 for the South. At the South, 49 for the North. Damaski back in the pocket, rolling right, just throws it away into the ground. And a roughing the North at the South, 34-yard line. High snap, the give to Thomas instead. Nope, rolling to his right is going to be Damaski, and he completes a pass up across the 30-yard line to Michael Long. Close to a first down. Now the North, really, I think this is their most consistent drive of the ball game, Lou.
Sort of 8 or 9 yard gain. You're right. I mean, this is the first competent series moving the chains we've really seen from the North.
Pass up on the right side again, complete to Michael Long. Played third quarter. And the snap to Damaski gives to Darnell Thomas. Thomas cradles the ball. Needed 1. He'll get that, and it'll be a first down for the Andrew English. Comes down to the open side of the field. He's one wide receiver, but the give is to Thomas. Thomas hit in the backfield. He'll be dropped for a loss. A tackle by Griffin Roll. And it's going to bring up a second down for the North. 14-0, the South leading. 3rd and 7, High snap, Damaski back in the pocket, under pressure. Gets away from one defender, stays on his feet, goes behind the blocker, gets inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. That'll be close to a first down. And it's going to bring up at least, if not a 4th and close, it should be 1st and goal to go. Let's see if they mark it. They do mark it at first down.
Heads up play by Damaski there following his blocker, big number 77, Andrew Benvenuto out of Ithaca College downfield.
Snap, Damaski back in the pocket, flushed out, rolling right, has time, throws it away out in the back of the end zone. Alex Dietrich, Thomas in the backfield, high snap to Damaski, has time, Now rolling out, throws it in the back of the end zone again. Whitehead, along with Michael Long. Here's a snap to Damask. He sees room up the middle, puts his head down, gets down to the goal. Did he get in? No indication yet. Now the ball seems to be loose. The South indicating they may have a fumble, Lewis.
I couldn't quite tell what happened there. It looked like Damaski on the second effort trying to extend his hand along with the football across the plane, coughed it up. I couldn't tell who hopped on it.
No indication yet from the officials. The South indicating they have recovered a fumble.
The North does indeed retain possession of the football.
North keeps it. Quarterback keeper by Damaski trying to push himself in. He can't do it. The South holds, and they'll take the ball. Backfield. Austin lined up deep in the end zone. And they give us to Austin. He's just trying to get some room out. Maybe while the quarterback, Reber, the running back, Austin, are in the end zone. Here is a quarterback keeper. Reber dropped in the backfield. That will be a safety. So the North finally on the scoreboard, Lewis, in another unorthodox manner, but you almost felt that was coming.
You did. I mean, you mentioned good news, bad news as a situation earlier.
Team can blame the wet football much anymore. Here's a punt by Amick, not very deep at all. Long fields it at the 44, across midfield into South territory. Whitehead up top, the lone running back again is Canapore. Here's Damaski, pass across the middle, flag on the play. The pass is incomplete. Drew English. Greg Canaparo stays in the backfield. Damaski, the quarterback, looking up the field. The pass knocked down. He was looking up there for and 20. Long way to go for the North from their 38-yard line. Pass in the air. The receiver broke to the inside. That's with each other. 3rd and 20 now for the South. Snap back. Damaski rolling to his right. Has lots of time. Caught up across midfield. This time he finally finds Andrew English. Still not enough for a first down. They needed 20. They got about 15. It will bring up a 4th down and another flag. Lewis, look at this. And this is against the North.
It was Jacob Wilson, the defense.
Punting. Damaski. Here's a blitz by the South. There's your trickery play. Damaski looking in the air, has a man open the ball, tipped in the air and knocked down, but Bunny stands at his 18-yard line. Austin jocks Austin back deep. Here's a terrible snap. It's going to send Brunig back into the end zone. He picks it up, going to try to get it away. The punt is blocked. The ball is in the end zone. Recovered, touchdown, the South. Falling.
He picks it up. Gonna try to get it away. The punt is blocked. The ball is in the end zone. Recovered, touchdown.
Gomez with 8:20 to play, 3rd quarter. And the snap, good. Placement, good. Kick, good. 21-2. The South leads the North. Those is Chris Class. And the other is Josh Powell. Here's the kick. It's going to angle toward Powell. Powell will field at the 20, 25, 30, knocked down at the 31-yard line. And dressed in white, the South in, kind of off-red looking uniform. It's not really garnet. Here's the handoff to Darnell Thomas.
I want to see a consistent blend of running plays to Darnell Thomas and try and find that tight end Long.
Here's a quarterback keeper by Austin Damaski, 38-40, trying to get the edge, pushed out of bounds. And Damaski runs up top. That's That is Philip St. Just. They give us to Thomas. Thomas across midfield, close to and one right wide receiver position. Josh Powell at the other from the shotgun. Damaski has it. Rolling to his right, in trouble, tries to get rid of it, does, dumps it. They could call grounding if they wanted to. I don't think they're going to.
2 red jerseys in the backfield. Jack Porter from Monmouth College in Illinois, 6'4", 240 pounds.
From the shotgun, Damaski works. He keeps Thomas in the backfield. The give is to Darnell Thomas. He stood up at the line of scrimmage. That will not.
Would have been a throwing play.
Hunter Brunig punts from his 30. He's been out there a lot today. Instead, it's a fake. The keep is going to be taken and run back. Let's see, that's going to be, I believe that was maybe even Patrick Jacobs. Not sure. I'm going to check real fast.
That was Yape Harvey out
There
of
you
Lakeland
go.
College, 5'11", 207-pound defensive back. He was the punt protector, and they snapped it directly to him and ran out on the left. And that answers my question, lulling the South into a false sense of security.
How about that? You wanted some trick plays earlier. The North has come up with two passes completed down at the 21-yard line by Damaski.
Alex Dietrich out of Kalamazoo.
Touchdown.
He finds Alec Dietrich, Kalamazoo College. My wife went to Kalamazoo College for 1 year. Here's Damaski College for 1 year. Here's Damaski back in the pocket. Pass complete. Up around the 15, and this time he finds Josh Powell. So Damaski, Austin Damaski.
That was a laser.
That was.
Put a lot of heat on that football.
And in my dear wife's defense, I said she went there 1 year. That's true, but Damaski takes, hands off to Canaparo. Canaparo inside the 10-yard line. Grant Canaparo out of SUNY Maritime. That stands for State University of New York. You know, they have State University branches like Nashville. I think you get the picture. 1st and 10 at the 11, or was it a 1st and goal? Here's Damaski flushed out of the pocket, rolling right, has time, looking in the end zone, and just flips it away. And that's going to bring up a second football from the shotgun. Austin Damaski gives to Canaparo. Canaparo on a hole on the left side, picks up 1 yard. Left and right, Canaparo stays in the backfield. 2-step drop, pass out of the end zone. Damaski, a wide receiver. They will go for 4th and goal to go at the 7. Alley-oop pass in the air. It is caught. It is a touchdown. Maybe. Not sure because there's a flag. Josh Powell might be called for offensive pushing.
Yep, the defensive back was in the turf when the football came, and Powell caught it, so they're going to call a little OPI.
On the shotgun, they'll try for 2. This touchdown stands. Damaski fires into the end zone. The pass is partially blocked. It's in the air, picked off by the South. Here's a lateral, and the South is going to be dropped at the 5-yard line. They'll get nothing out of it. Now the guy's going to be knocked all the way back to the end zone, trying to get a read on that number.
Gary, we were in trouble. I'm not sure what would happen if the South on defense in a 2-point conversion recovers a football, attempts to run it back, and gets caught in the end zone. That's not a safety, but I don't know what the heck is that play.
That would be, it's a good question.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it in 20-some-odd years of watching football.
Crack statistician, producer, and all-around good guy, Mr. Matt Burkhead, feverishly trying to...
Could have told that story later in life.
I'll tell you what I saw this past summer. I'll tell you about that after this kickoff by Brunig, and it's fielded by the South at the 13-yard line. Or did he 27 up, 27 down? Here's the handoff to Jocks Austin for the South. Austin already up around 100 yards rushing. And just be grateful you were able to turn that in. Reber, the quarterback, a keeper up to the 30.
That's Big Nash Nance out there taking the shotgun snaps.
Joe DeLuca from Cortland kind of smashed Max Reber. Reber's okay. You mentioned Reber, the quarterback for the South, on a 3rd and 5 from their 31. Nash, flare pass, incomplete. The North, they've got plenty of time to get back into this game. Good snap. Punt not so good. Kind of a short punt, but it does take a roll. And then Jack knocks back, so alertly one of the players for the South in there to let you say, well, you can maybe say that anyway, but Austin Damaski, the quarterback, looking up on the left side, completes a pass, finds there Trevor Whitehead. I think the North clearly is going to come out passing here. They have been in the second half. Good for a first. Well, the 39-yard line. Damaski works from the shotgun. This time he gives to Darnell Thomas. Thomas out of the backfield.
Timid to scoring.
2nd and 7 at the South 38-yard line. Damaski, 2-step drop. He plants, crosses in the middle with a pass, incomplete. 3 on the right side, 2 others joining Dietrich. Coming to the near side, Trevor Whitehead. Damaski back in the pocket, crosses back, looks for his man Trevor Whitehead, and completes a pass. That is going to be Alex Dietrich. Another pass completion for Austin Damaski. They needed 7. It's going to bring up a 3rd and close at the South 32-yard line. Clock moving, 1:24 from his shotgun. He'll keep Thomas in the backfield. They give us to Darnell Thomas. Thomas needs 2 yards. Did he get it? I think he did. It will bring up a first down.
Just about anybody can take a handoff.
Here's a snap to Austin Damaski. Pass across the middle. Broken up. Damaski looking across the middle for Alex Dietrich. Now some of the crowd here oohing and ahhing on that hit, but it was a clean hit. 1-8. South leads. The hand to Darnell Thomas. Instead, Damaski, the quarterback, rolling around the right side. Throws the old stiff arm there. Coming up to
an extra play where they can.
3 seconds. They get the snap off to Damaski. Left side, pass complete. Down there to Trevor Whitehead, down close to the south 10-yard line. That will complete the third quarter. So after 3 quarters, it's 21-8. South leading the North. They will walk to the other end of the field. While they do, we'll step away. On to the fourth quarter, the South leading 21-8. The North has the ball in the first play of the
player that can make a difference.
Damaski takes a snap, looking in the end zone for English. English has it, hangs on to it, falls down, touchdown the North. So here they come. It's now 21-15, South leading the North. And if the North completes this, I think they're going to go for the point after attempt and not the 14. 7-point lead now by the South. The North trying to cut into that. Here's the placement. The kick is up. It is good. Still with 14:35 to play in the ball. Gonzalez, David Gonzalez out of Concordia College in Wisconsin. Kind of a short kick there, Mr. Woodard. Taken by Osa Aikhionbare. He's going to be up at the 30. He's got a crease, 35, 40, 45, 46-yard line. Well, short kick, and it does pay off for the South, Lewis. The South will have it. Tremendous field position at their 45.
Not much of a kick, and the South hasn't showed us anything on offense here in the second half. They bring Big Nash Nance out to quarterback the team.
Quarterback is Nash Nance. Austin up over 100 yards. And the give is to Austin. This time he stood up at the line of scrimmage. Trevor left and right. Austin remains in the backfield. Nash takes it, kind of a low snap. Nash stepped back, in some trouble. Steps up, pass across the middle, in and out of the hands of the man, Patrick Jacobs. Shot clock, I don't think there is, or a game clock here. Here's the snap. Nash in trouble, dropped in the backfield. And let's see now. That's
Connor Resnick, who had a sack earlier in the game. That is his second.
For the South. And for the North is Chris Class at his 25-yard line. Good snap. The punt. Good punt. Class is going to let it drop. The ball kind of comes to a dead still and is down by the South at the 21-yard. I'd say the momentum is with the North.
Momentum definitely with the North, but it was momentum with Damaski in the ballgame.
Wilmer looking way downfield, overthrows Josh Powell. 2nd and 10, high snap. The give to Canaparo. Greg Canaparo cradles the ball up across the 25 to the 26-yard line. 3rd and 7 for the North. The snap to Wilmer. He's going to pass. Looking downfield for Whitehead. Now, if they don't call that, I'm going to be shocked.
A very effective play in the defensive backfield by Jeremy Murphy.
3 and out for the North. Another fake by the North, and it's going to be converted. No, this time it doesn't work. On that direct snap to Yaphe Harvey. Well, you live by it, you die by it. So the North, they can't convert the South now.
Time the South sniffed it out.
Here's the snap to the South's new quarterback, Cole Onell. He gives to Jacques Austin. Austin dropped in the backfield, lost on the play. Will bring up a 2nd down. 11:34 to play. In the football game, the South with the football. They also lead 21, or to his right is Jacques Austin. Here's the give to Austin. Nope. Yep, Austin's going to keep it roll around the left side. Right at the line of scrimmage. He gets stood up, and the South has it on a 3rd and 11 at the North 28-yard line. Pass in the air, incomplete, as Onell looking for Alfred.
Coverage was there. Yoel Wanzi out of UW Platteville executes the pass breakup. Nice solid play on defense.
Be about a 42-yard attempt. Placement is down. The kick by Osherman Looks like it's got the trajectory, but it's short. It is short. The South does not convert. Little shotgun at his own 19, and he takes a snap and gives to Darnell Thomas. They're going to keep it on the ground. Thomas up across the 25 to about the 26. Bring Austin Damasky back in. Wilmer, the quarterback, in the pocket. Pass across the middle, complete to a wide open receiver up at their 44-yard line. They're moving quickly. The snap and the give to Darnell Thomas. Thomas stood up the line of scrimmage. Thrown for a loss, so now 4-yard line. No pickup on the last play. Wilmer drops back. Pass up on the left side. Hits the ground. North with the football, still at their own 44. Wilmer back in the pocket, being flushed out. Rolling to his right. Plants. Didn't throw it. Now he's going back to his left. Gets a block. Throws the pass, and again he throws it in the dirt. They put Austin back there. Now they take Austin out. They put Aikhionbare there, and the punt is going to be fair, caught at the 20 by the South's Patrick Jacobs. He's taken out immediately. They'll spot it at the 21. The snap to Reber, back in the pocket, looking up, in trouble, dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss on the play. Luke Sebald with the sack. Sebald out of Wisconsin Lutheran. Play second and 15, or actually loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Draw play, give to Austin. He's back to the line of scrimmage, and excuse me. Here comes yet another important third down stop for the North. Lewis, if they stop, force the South to punt, then the North. He's the only running back on the roster. Back in the pocket, Reber. Pass, left side, couple of yards, picked up. Not going to be a first down, I don't think. It's going to be a first down for the South. The receiver was Griffin Roll. And it's going to bring up that 4th down for the South. They will have to punt. Steve Amick in to punt. Now the snap. Good snap. Amick has time. Gets a tremendous punt. Backs up Class. Class fields at the 25. Trying to pick up a block. Could be clipping. It is. You can see it from here. Clipping on the South. And that's going to give Class even more time.
That was Yape Harvey, a familiar name on special teams today.
Backfield, Greg Canaparo. High snap, give to Canaparo. Hole on the right side. Maybe got a yard. Maybe. Not much more than that. And a whole host of red jerseys. They'll need a touchdown to tie this up. Pass, right side, incomplete again. Wilmer. There's left and right, 3 on the wide side. 1 to the lone side. Pass across the middle. Complete and then dropped. Trevor Whitehead had the ball. Good pass by Wilmer.
It was a laser beam of a throw and a really nice route and diving almost catch by Trevor Whitehead. That would have been quite the athletic.
Here's Hunter Brunig yet again. He'll punt from his 1-yard line. Gets a very nice punt away. Fair catch called by the South, and then it is knocked loose. Now wait a minute. Brandon be a quarterback. The South can eat up some clock and maybe get out of here with a win. Screen pass, left side at the 50, 49-yard line. Pass complete to Jimmy Simpson. They need to stop and get the football back. Here's the snap to Reber. He gives to Austin. Austin around the left side, pushed out at the 38. Honestly, I can't remember those exact details. Here's the give to Austin. Hit in the backfield. Slam to the turf. The South hoping that it's not a fumble. The North indicating they've recovered a fumble. But no indication yet. Coming up with the football side of the field on a 1-and-1 coverage. The man in the backfield is Austin. Snap. Reber puts the ball in the air, and it is not even close to the intended receiver. Jonathan 21-15, and they have the ball. Here's the give to Austin. Jocks Austin stood up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. In fact, he loses 2. Max Reber in the backfield along with Jocks Austin. Reber looking for a screen pass up on the left to his left side. Reber from the shotgun. Ready. Takes a snap. Drop the ball. It's on the ground. The North may have it. They do. I think that they do, Lewis.
I saw that
this game or tie it up. They're down by 6. Wilmer remains the quarterback. He has time in the pocket. Now rolling to his right. Directing traffic. Throws upfield on the sideline, but the receiver, I think, is out of bounds. No! They say the receiver stays in bounds.
And once
Trevor
again,
Whitehead, pardon me.
I have to salute Andrew Benevenuto, who absolutely springs Aaron Wilmer with an excellent block in the backfield.
That was a great play by Wilmer directing traffic. Now Wilmer back in the pocket. Again, rolling to his right, doing the same thing. Pass upfield, knocked down by the South defender back there defending. Satir Stevenson. Man, good job by Satir. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Wilmer had not showed as much for the entirety of the fourth quarter here as he's starting to get hot again.
Short side of the field, a one-on-one coverage on the wide side. Wilmer back in the pocket. Quick release up on the side. Pass complete to English. Andrew English. I think English has been his favorite receiver today.
6'2", good size, pretty solid athlete. Has gotten behind the coverage a few times. Did catch a jump ball in the.
Arnell Thomas, the lone running back. Here's the snap to Wilmer, quarterback. Again, rolling to his right, looking around. Pass up the side, threw it out of bounds. It will bring up a 4th down to running back. Receivers left and right, 3 on the right side. Here's the snap. Wilmer back in the pocket. Needs 7 yards. Doesn't feel pressure from behind. Gets away from some defender. Rolls way back to his left. Can't find anybody open. Now he lets go. The ball is tipped. The ball up in the air. It's open and caught by a South defender. Well, once that ball was tipped, Lewis, it was trouble. Coming down with it is Brandon Harms for the South, but what a great job by Wilmer to elude all those tacklers.
That is Brandon Harms' 2nd interception of the game, so hats off to the 5'9", 190-pound defensive back from Pacific College. And one of the unusual times you'll see in football, Gary, where the ball gets tipped and somehow it maintained a tight spiral. I mean, usually.
For the South, Austin in the backfield. Pardon me, that's Arnell, and it's a quarterback keeper by Nash. He's got to move on for a little high school basketball. Arnell bobbles the handoff, recovers, makes it to the line of scrimmage. Only on the roster, but in the game for the South. And here's the handoff to Austin up across the 40 to the 41-yard line. It will bring up a 4th, maybe a play left for the North. And remember, they will not have any timeouts. Here comes a rush. The punt, cleanly away by Amick. Down at the 11-yard line by the South. Or is the South just going to let the clock run out? They will. The game is over, and there you have it. The South wins today 21-15 in this D3 South versus North contest here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Mr. Lewis Woodward to my left. Lewis, final comments from you.
Very questionable decision there from the North not to put someone back to return it. I guess they were putting all eggs in the blocking of the punt basket, but a well-played game. The North in the second half showed me a lot. Austin Damaski, tremendous third quarter at quarterback position.
Thank you very much, Mr. Woodard. You have to move on and do double duty and call some high school basketball, so thank you very much. I'll be back. Game at about 4 o'clock, and Mr. Justin Padgett will join me. See you at that time. It's 21-15. That's your final here in this first game this afternoon.